I love visiting with our friends from the Iowa DNR, and Kim Bogenschutz is joining us once again because this is a special week, isn't it?
It is. It's National Invasive Species Awareness Week.
I didn't realize there'd be a National Invasive Species Awareness Week in the middle of February.
Well, it's a time where there's, parts of the country, there's still invasive species going on everywhere,
Okay.
but it's a week where we try to just let people know what invasive species are, whether there are things in the water, which is what I deal with, but on the land.
Okay, explain what that is for some people who say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so an invasive species is a species that's not native. It's not supposed to be here in Iowa or in the United States. It's National Week, but I'm going to talk about things that we have here in Iowa.
Which you should.
So they're non-native species, but not only that, they're species then that cause harm to our native species or to us or to our recreation, just a lot of different things. They cause a lot of problems, and that's why we don't want
Now, these
them
can
here.
be plants or animals, right?
They can be plants, animals, zebra mussels, there's a plant. Remember when we jumped in the lake?
Yeah, this is the only person, by the way, folks, when people told me to go jump in the lake for all these years, Kim was the only one that took me up on this, and we jumped in the lake last year.
We did jump in the lake at Big Creek because we were looking at, so there's curly-leaf pondweed. We're showing people how to clean off their boats and equipment so that they don't spread
Because it just takes a little sprig and then it goes.
Right, just takes a little piece. And actually, that curly-leaf pondweed, it's growing under the ice right now.
It is.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why it's invasive, because it outcompetes our native species. It's growing now, so when the ice comes off, it's going to be there.
It's already there.
It's already there.
That is crazy. Now,
Yeah.
we have a lot of photos. We want to show you some of the other photos of some of the other invasive species that we have here. Obviously, you'll see the signs.
You'll see the signs at our boat ramps. We have signs that say, stop aquatic hitchhikers. It's the law. You have to clean off your boat and drain your water because we don't want things like that. So there's Eurasian water milfoil, brittle naiad, tangled up on that boat.
Now, what is this?
So this is interesting. So that's called a moss ball. And if you see the little tiny zebra mussel on it.
Oh, yeah, right there on the left.
Right there on the left. So moss balls were being sold in the aquarium industry. People wanted them as a live plant in their aquarium. But this was 3 years ago, they were discovered to have zebra mussels on them.
Wow.
And so if you would dump your aquarium, if you're tired of the fish, which we don't recommend because the fish are plants, or the zebra mussels can then take over.
Wow, not good. Now, let's continue on with the photos here. We have a bunch of things to show here. What is that?
So that's yellow floating heart, really pretty plant. But as you can see, it just takes over. There's actually a pond under there.
Wow.
Makes it hard to fish and swim.
That is really cool looking, but...
It's and this is one of my favorite plants, but it's terrible. Parrot feather. So again, there's water under there, and you can see how it just completely takes over and makes it hard to swim and fish. There's Eurasian water milfoil, related. It's a milfoil. Parrot feather is actually a milfoil species as well. So you can see the impacts that these plants have.
Continue on here.
So this was up at Clear Lake one year. The curly-leaf pondweed dies off in around July, and then it was just waves of it washing up onto the shore and onto the beaches. Somebody dumped their goldfish.
Those are goldfish.
Those are goldfish.
All right.
Little tiny ones that you can buy at the pet store.
Don't dump your goldfish, folks. Okay.
Yep, that was McCrae Pond in Des Moines. So here's zebra mussels.
That's a little boat under there.
It was a little boat. It was Clear Lake. We pulled it up from the bottom of Clear Lake, and it was just covered.
So this is what we don't want to have, and there it is again.
Yep. On our native species, so they can kill our native mussels because.
All right, we need to learn about this. We need to clean things before we take them away. You got the.
There's the jumping silver carp.
Yeah. We're gonna go down this summer. We're gonna hopefully go down and show you what they are close to home and stay away from that. You want to clean everything. If people want to get more information about how to avoid invasive species taking over, where can they go?
Go to the iowdnr.gov/AIS if you want to go right to the aquatic invasive species
and then
page.
You'll know about it. Well, I guess you'd say, happy National Invasive Species Awareness Week.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make sure people are aware.
Right, exactly. Make sure you learn about invasive species.
Thank you, Kim. Great to see you.
Yes, it was good
Thanks for
seeing
spending
you.
time with us. We'll see you tomorrow on Iowa Live.